So one of the things that was kind of the core of this channel when I started it was to discuss my favorite retro video games. And I think I've done a pretty good job of that, with the grand exception of one particular console, the Atari 2600. Actually, the entire Atari family. Whether it's the 2600, the 5200, the 7800, the Jaguar, the Lynx, I don't spend a lot of time on Atari stuff. Welcome to Square Pegs, everybody. I'm Jay. I tell you all that to kind of set the stage for what we're talking about today. I did not grow up an Atari fan. I was not a fan of the console growing up. It was, despite the fact that it was the first console I ever played a game on, I played Atari football with my cousin, which is what made this entire channel happen, was me playing video games with him. That led me directly to a ColecoVision, which was just a placeholder for when I got my NES. So I bypassed everything Atari. To me, when I saw it, I could have played Super Mario Bros. 3, or why would I want to play Pitfall over that when Mario 3 looked so good? Now, with all that said, I've worked with Atari. I've reviewed a lot of their recharged games, which are games that I absolutely adore. I love the Atari 50 collection on the Nintendo Switch. I've got both editions of it, both steelbooks. And it's something where I began to develop an appreciation for the console. Not necessarily something where I was excited about it or anything like that, but I at least appreciated its place in history. So when I started working a little more closely with Atari and I started reviewing some of their games and they sent me the copy of Rita's Revenge, I started to build a relationship with the company and specifically with my PR rep. So when the Atari 2600 Plus Pac-Man Edition got announced, I did what I thought was kind of a bold approach. I emailed Atari and I said, hey, I've never liked your games. I would love the opportunity to take a look at the Atari 2600 Plus and discover the 2600 for really the first time. Now, there are certain games that I am a fan of from the 2600. Atari Football, despite the fact that it is not a great football game compared to modern editions, is still something that I hold dearly to my heart because of my family exposure to it with my cousin. I love Pitfall. I love Pole Position. Pole Position is one of my all-time favorite games. But other than that, I don't really have a huge exposure to the library. So I said, if you guys send me a review copy of the console, I would love to use that as an opportunity to discover classic Atari games and start to build my appreciation more concretely for what the console offers. So about a month ago, I got an email from my rep and she said, Jay, we'd like to send you an Atari 2600 review unit. Now, I expected a cardboard box with just a review unit in it and nothing else to it. And instead what I got, and I have to hold this up so I can show you exactly how massive it is this actual size. But yeah, I'm back here. Hi, yeah, no, that completely covers me. This is actual size and it's heavy. It's so heavy. And I think I just hit the microphone, so I apologize for that. I didn't expect that. When she said it was going to be sent, it was something that I was excited about because I thought the opportunity to really discover Atari was something kind of cool. Like discovering something and really exploring a library of games some 40 plus years after they were originally released, to appreciate the console more, to appreciate the gameplay more, to see where the foundations of modern day gaming were laid, I thought was a really cool opportunity. And for Atari to believe in me enough to send this to me is truly appreciated. Today, we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Atari 2600 Plus Pac-Man Edition that they sent. I'm going to show you all the internals, all the packaging and everything that they sent along with it. It's pretty remarkable. We're going to do some gameplay of Pac-Man Double Feature where you can take a look at that. We're going to do setup. We're going to do, kind of show off the console, show off the controllers, which are gorgeous. And we're going to start that right now. I can't really impart enough exactly how large this box is for the Atari X Pac-Man 2600 Plus. It's pretty impressive. And it's gorgeous, and it's heavy, and it's really, really awesome. This is premium level stuff here. And as you can see, the packaging on the inside is no joke. I love the maze representation. I love how much the colors pop. I love having the different ghosts and Pac-Man on there. And I love the joysticks peeking through. And when we fold it back, you get to see exactly what's on the inside. You have that stunning console, which is just that pop of color. Again, kind of like that top piece is just wonderful. The logo being on the inside is awesome. The pin set featuring Pac-Man and the ghosts, the different joysticks, the connectors for the joysticks. It's all put together so well and so carefully that it's kind of jaw-dropping how well it's made.
But I tell you what, let's take this over to the table and we will get this thing completely unboxed so you can see things in detail. So starting things off with the console itself, and I want to show off the front of it here. One of the things I really like is this kind of faux wood grain on the front where you have the Pac-Man kind of iconography and the Atari logo. I also like just the signature 2600 lines and dials and everything like that. It's really nicely put together, and I'm very, very impressed with the build quality because it's awesome. It really is. And I love that you can toggle between a black and white and a color television too. The sides look great. The back has all your hookups. So you have a toggle where you can switch between 16:9 and 4:3. You'll see that in action when we show gameplay. You have ports for your right controller and left controller, difficulty A or B, depending on which one you flip, the HDMI out, and your USB-C power source. It's really, really easy to hook up. It takes a couple of seconds and you're set. Now, this is the first joystick. This is the Pac-Man branded one. It is decidedly Pac-Man yellow. You can't mistake it for that. It is fully wireless. There is a sync button and a USB-C charging port on the back, which is really nice. It does come with a charge, so if you want to play right off the bat, you're able to. It's not a problem. And it has that signature Atari button on there as well. I really like the look of it. I think it's really nice. The little black flecks you're seeing on it are from the foam that was in the packaging that you saw when I unboxed. But it handles really nice. It feels good. It's got a nice rubber grip to it. And it doesn't feel as small in my hands as I expected it to. And the inky one is much the same, except it's light blue and it looks really nice. Again, like the black flecks are from the foam. Has a really nice feel. Same ports, same hookups, everything like that. Just works really well. It does have 4 rubber feet at the bottom, so if you are playing on a coffee table or a TV table, you can put it on that, and it's not going to move for you, so you actually have a pretty solid base to work off of. This is the Pac-Man Double Feature Atari 7800 Plus cartridge. I love this. I love the art. There's actually a really neat book that you get that I'll show off in a minute as well that kind of goes through the entire process of creating the art for this game. And it's a classic cartridge. Like, it's an Atari one. The dip switches on the back are really neat. You can flip between the standard 7800 one, which is right here when they're all set to on, or you can turn the first dip switch off, and that'll actually play the original 2600 version of Pac-Man if you really want to. Each controller comes with a standard Atari port receiver and a USB receiver, so you're going to get one in each color for each of the controllers. There's a yellow one and a blue one, as you see here. You get 3 6-foot USB-A to USB-C cords, and I really like these because each of them is branded with the Atari logo, each side of it. It's a little bit difficult to see on camera, and I'm going to fumble with it a little bit, as you can see here, but eventually you will see that it's got that Atari Fuji logo on there and the Atari word mark, which I really dig. There's also an HDMI cord included, and much like the USB-C, the HDMI cord is branded with the Atari logo as well. Like, there's so much attention to detail put into this set that I love it. I'm really impressed. You have a quick start guide, which tells you how to hook everything up, how the different joysticks work, what comes in the packaging. It's pretty simple to understand. And then there's the Pac-Man Double Feature instruction manual, which operates not only as a instruction manual for how the game is to be played, but there's also like a history lesson inside of it for when Pac-Man first came to the Atari, what led to the creation of the 7800 cartridge that we get with this set, and kind of everything that goes into it. There's actually a really cool retrospective with the artist that did the original artwork for the Atari 2600 cartridge and him coming back for the 7800 cartridge and doing the artwork there. It's really awesome. Okay, but this is one of my favorite things. When you turn it on, it lights up. And it looks so nice. It's so cool. Like, I literally, when I first turned it on, I went, ah! And I had to stop, turn it off, and grab my camera so you could see this. I love such a simple little thing, but such a wonderful feature.
Many of you that have been on the channel for a while know I'm not the biggest Atari fan. I don't have a huge connection to it. It wasn't something I grew up with. I kind of started with the NES. I had a ColecoVision, but the NES is really where I started. And I'm kind of stoked to try this out. So we're just going to dive in. So first things first, I want to show off that there is a toggle that you can use on the back of the system that will switch between 4:3 and 16:9, which I think is great. We're going to stick with 4:3 just because that's the best look, I think. And then there's a bunch of other stuff on the back as well. I'll go into that in voiceover previously, but we're going to start things off. So let's give it a shot. All right, here we go. Already better than the original. All right. There's just something about the Atari joystick that's kind of right. Oh, well, I died, but that's okay. Bloop, bloop. It just feels good to use. All right, let's go get some cherries. We got some cherries, hooray. Like, not gonna lie, like, I haven't used an Atari joystick in decades, so it does take a little bit of getting used to get kind of back into the swing of how it's supposed to operate. I'm gonna actually turn that down a little bit. Because it is different than playing with a control pad, which is what I'm used to. As you can tell, I'm terrible, but it's nice. Like, for one, you're not tethered to the console because it is wireless, which is nice. The responsiveness is great. I'm excited to try this on PC if I do any Atari emulation over there, although with Atari cartridges being as inexpensive as they are, I shouldn't really need to do that because now I actually, you know, I own a machine that can play 2600 and 7800 cards, which is pretty cool. Oh, watch out for Clyde! Ha! I beat the first level. That's a good feeling. I really love the overall kind of design concept and design elements of this console. I think it's beautiful. Big Pac-Man fan, so being able to see him kind of recognized as being as important as he is a character in the video game industry is a nice thing. Especially when you consider his first experience on the Atari was less than positive, I think is a fair... Gotcha, bitch. A fair assessment. My apologies to Inky. I didn't mean to call you a bitch. I died. I'm very, very happy with this. This is very cool. Let's go back to the camera now for final thoughts. So I want to say thank you again to Atari for taking a chance on this. For someone to send an email and say, I've never liked your games, you should let me review them. And for them to say, you know what? Yeah, let's give it a shot. It speaks incredibly highly of the company, and it speaks incredibly highly of the trust my PR rep has in me. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm going to love every single Atari 2600 game I play or Atari 7800 game I play, but I can tell you I'm going to try them, and I'm going to go into them with open eyes and an open heart and see what I can discover about this incredible console. What's your favorite 2600 game? That's what I want to know. I want to know all of these incredible games that I have missed out on over the last 4 decades. Please tell me. I have a small stack of games, ones I picked up over the last year, and it's ones that I am definitely looking forward to trying. In fact, later this month, you're going to be able to see me try these games out, in many cases for the first time, and I can't wait to pick up more, because this is such a unique opportunity to dive into history and to play history firsthand with a brand new console that is optimized for modern displays. I can't wait. I'm excited. I think this is going to be really cool, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. Please do let me know in the comments below your favorite Atari 2600 games. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I hope you appreciate me being excited about a 2600. And again, thank you so much to Atari and just everyone there for continuing to put forward classic consoles that are just awesome. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you really enjoyed it, consider subscribing and sticking around. I'd love to have you be here. And until next time, remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.